Hello, CCS community. This is Matt Eisenberg, your head of schools, and I'm here today with one of our longstanding parents, Ms. Brittany Montrois. Ms. Montrois is here with us today because we've gotten questions as we continue to go through our Georgia Gold campaign related to specifically to taxes and how this works. We know it's a tax credit. And she's here because aside from being a parent, she's also one of our partners in ed, and she's a veteran CPA in our community as well. So she's going to talk to us a little bit with some questions that have come in. Brittany, just the biggest question that I get is, you know, we understand what a tax credit is, but what are the sorts of things that we really need to know from a CPA perspective about Georgia Gold? How does this work in the short term? How does it work in the long term? What should we say to our CPA? And since you are one, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Okay. So basically, you've stated earlier that Georgia Gold is you being in control of your tax dollars. So everybody has to pay, most everybody has to pay state income tax. And when you do, it goes to the government and they do what they will with that money. But Georgia Gold allows you to say, I want my tax dollars to go to community Christian school. The part that I usually like to clarify is when people hear this and they say, when you owe on your Georgia taxes, you can send it to the school instead. And they think, well, I don't usually owe, I get a refund, so I can't do it. That's not the case. So basically, it's about the tax before any payments in. So most people, they file their taxes, a tax is calculated, they pay in throughout the year through their W-2 withholdings, and then hopefully they paid in enough that they get a little bit of it back. It's not about that number, it's about the number before the payments. So basically, if you're not sure, I tell everybody to go to your tax return from last year, and it's line 16 on the 2022 tax return. If there is a number there, period, that means you incurred tax, and then therefore you can apply. So that's the first thing that I think is the most confusing is If you receive a refund, that does not mean that you don't qualify. You still have a tax usually.
Okay.
The second thing would be that it is not difficult. You just go online, you fill out the form. If you get approved, they're going to send you back a form, and it looks something like this. And you turn that in to your CPA and say, hey, I have Georgia Gold. Here's my approved amount. Here's my approved code. Please give me that credit. And it's as easy as that. So some people say, well, what if I did Georgia Gold and I did $1,000, but my tax was only $600? Do I lose it? No. It's the same as overpaying your taxes. You would get a credit, and if for some reason you zeroed out, you can push it forward. So you don't lose it. It's always available pretty much, even if you have to roll it.
Okay. And that form, and you even allude to the form that you would take to your CPA. CPAs would be pretty familiar with a form like that.
Yes.
Okay.
So it is definitely something that we see pretty frequently. Well, not as much as I would like, obviously.
Okay.
Everybody do it. And
but we're changing
contribute
that.
to CCS. But basically, yes, you do have to have that form because we do have to fill out a certain extra form. And as a tidbit, you do have to electronically file to receive this credit. So if you are a person who normally likes to actually sign and mail in your state return, you would have to change to electronic filing. But the government wants everyone to electronically file, and you would want to as well. It's much quicker.
Great. So, Brittany, that was a great synopsis of how Georgia Gold works, and especially if you're talking about this for individuals or families filing. So appreciate your time, and thanks everybody that's already applied to participate in this great tax credit opportunity for you and this great opportunity to provide scholarships for students at CCS.